us warm. We've got our love to keep us warm.
Well, that is just a little snippet of I've Got Your Love to Keep Me Warm by jazz vocalist Antonia Bennett, featuring the legendary singer, her father, the great Tony Bennett, and one of the only duets she ever recorded with him. But Antonia is celebrating the release of her new holiday album, Happy Holidays with Love, Antonia Bennett, and you can see her perform live tomorrow night here at the Composer's Room. But before that, she joins us here right now on More. Great to meet you, Antonia. Thanks so much for being with us. First of all, I mean, your father's music, it means so much to all of us here, but you have a lot of connections here in Las Vegas. Your mom has lived in Vegas for quite a long time, right?
Yes, she's been here for over 20 years now. It's
pretty crazy, right here in Henderson. Tell us this show that's going on tomorrow night at the Composer's Room. You got this brand new holiday album. Of course, your father, from Snowfall to A Swinging Christmas. I mean, he did a tremendous job always with the Christmas and holiday music. How do you try to channel a little bit of his holiday joy into your own work?
You know, both of my parents made such a huge deal out of the holidays that I really just wanted to do something to honor them.
Yeah.
And so I picked these songs because they're the songs that we sung around the Christmas tree every year. And it just seemed like a natural progression for me to do this.
Well, I love a lot of the songs you chose on there. Of course, you have, it's inclusive. You got Dreidel on there, which I'm happy about that. But one of my favorite songs that your father sang was Nightingale Sang in Berkeley Square. And I have to ask you about this because that's on the album as well. But he had a very interesting forte, Tony. What he always did was he sang almost like the intro stanza to a song that you wouldn't hear another person sing. So if Nat King Cole sang A Nightingale Sang in Berkeley Square, he would just start at a different point in the song. What was that choice, that creative choice that your dad always made? I'm curious about that.
I think I'm not sure if this is what you mean, but I think what you're talking about is what we call in American Songbook the verse.
Yes, okay.
And a lot of these songs that were written for Broadway shows had a little pre-section before the actual song,
right,
which we would call a refrain.
Oh, a refrain.
Yeah, so these little pieces are like a setup for the actual song.
Yes, it's so beautiful because your dad was certainly known for that. I mean, you had such a beautiful childhood meeting, and you know, Rosemary Clooney, Gene Kelly, Frank Sinatra, all these great people. But what did you take from your dad? I mean, this is a guy he was a veteran. He served in World War II. He was there at Liberation, in a concentration camp in Dachau, and he had such an incredible career. And, you know, from Bill Evans to Ralph Sharon to all the way to Lady Gaga, this guy had a tremendous career. What have you learned from him as a father and also as a singer?
I mean, I really think that the biggest thing that I learned from him was his work ethic and to take things in stride. You know, he was always kind of looking forward. He really didn't want to focus too much on the past. And he never really complained, regardless of how tired he was. He would just kind of move through it. I mean, I remember in his mid to late 80s, he was still doing 10 shows back to back in a different place every day. So to be able to go on tour with him, I opened up the majority of his shows at that time, and to be able to go on tour with him and watch somebody do that and never complain, regardless of how tired he must have been or whatnot. He just would push through it. He always hit the mark, and that was such an inspirational experience for me to be able to witness somebody who worked that hard. And I think a lot of the guys from that generation really have that work. The ones that lived through World War II had that kind of work ethic.
It's a beautiful thing. Frank Sinatra said he was the best singer. It's an amazing thing. And listen, you're going to be performing tomorrow night, the Composers Room, December 10th. That's tomorrow, 7 p.m. You can go to thecomposersroom.com for tickets. Real quickly, tell us, so you're going to be doing, obviously, a lot of these great holiday songs. How excited are you to perform here in Vegas?
I mean, I love it. I'm so excited to be here and to be performing these great songs with wonderful arrangements and terrific musicians. So I couldn't be more thrilled.
All right, well, go make sure you see Antonia Bennett. She's going to be sticking around with us just a little longer because after we're going to be spinning for some charity, so make sure you don't go anywhere.